welcome to the Questionnaires podcast, where each week we source the best questions from Yahoo Answers and attempt to provide the best advice from.
When two people in a relationship start living together, how do you decide which person cancels their Netflix account?
Two.
Do turtles sometimes knock the back of their heads against their shells and think, damn it?
To prove that every question deserves an answer, joining me this week, as always, is Marcus.
Hello.
And Damien.
Hey, guys.
The correct answer is no one should be paying for Netflix. You should be in some sort of like a Netflix loop where you're just like, I don't know who it is. I've got my friend's Netflix who's getting it from his friends. I've never met them.
It's actually a great question because I had this same dilemma with my partner. Currently, we both pay for Netflix. I pay a very cheap version because I'm with a friend we've got a foreign account.
So you're already linked on. You're already on some sort of a.
I'm already leeching on somebody else's
You're
account.
part of a pyramid scheme somewhere.
Yeah, and she's like, well, I'm paying it outright. I'm like, well, you got the cheapest one. I'm like, and if you get rid of yours, then what if we want to both watch something at the same time?
Yeah.
Then we're boned.
That's
Fair
the
enough.
problem. Like the multiple screens is made for you to benefit, right? You as a household to benefit.
Yes.
And it's fine when you're your own person.
Yes.
But then once you do combine, you do need to have more than one screen perhaps.
Yeah, I did concede.
Yep.
I gave her part of my Spotify account.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
went the family account and I put her on because she's like, I'm just hearing all these ads and I hate them. I'm like, yeah, here you go. He can have Spotify.
The thing that makes me laugh about Spotify is I don't think any actual family uses the family account.
I do it with my family.
I'm with my family, yeah.
You guys proved me wrong already. So,
There we go.
But I was just going to say, because everyone I've spoken to, it's like you said, Tom, it's like a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 50 people attached to one family account, and none of them live in the same house.
No. And so all we have to do is make sure that your address is the same. And Spotify is like, promise you're the same.
Yeah.
It's an honesty policy.
Yeah.
I thought they switched it to a GPS sort of system.
No.
Like,
No, I don't think they could do that. I don't think that's legal.
I think when you've originally I don't know. Can you imagine though? Like it's just like Spotify knows where you are.
I think they have too many users that even if they were tracking everybody, it would just be too hard.
It'd explode.
Yeah, true. I think there's also this thing I think you can see where it's like, oh, what your other like based on people on your family list, what they're listening to, you can like find a playlist.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, oh, listen to this song. It's like listened to by, or this genre was listened to by mum and your sister or whatever it was. And I think my mum was like, there was like an emo thing, and I was just like, whoa, it's taking me back. It's like the genre emo was listened to by my mum. So
your mum was just like, I miss Tom in the house.
Under Oath.
Yeah, a bit of Under Oath. It's like Tom used to like these guys.
Yeah.
I miss him.
While she's clutching your chain wallet in her hands with tears and mascara pouring down her face.
She's got the studded belt there.
Yeah,
I missed that boy.
The checkered Vans on.
All right, okay, we get it. I was a textbook.
You're a loser.
Yeah,
You're a goddamn loser.
I was so glad to be like around at the time of a scene like that. I think it was an interesting time.
Do you know what's funny? We're grilling you about this, but I
That
don't,
was us. That was us.
I don't know if you can see to your right as well, Tom. There's some drum equipment
There's
there.
a drum seat, yep.
Me
that's
and
true.
Marcus
And a
later
kick
today
pedal.
are meeting up with another friend to play songs, play instruments, and play songs from that.
You're
from
joking.
that,
Are you really?
Yeah, from that era.
So it's going to be an emo session, is
Yeah,
it?
an emo in the studio. That's
We're reliving
that's
our
us.
yesteryear throw instruments.
Oh, but
Yeah.
Tom had a chain and checkered band, so let's make fun of him.
Shh, hide the eyeliner, Damien.
Yes,
Yeah, all right, boys. You
that'll come out once Tom leaves.
You boys had fringes as well. I never
did. Oh, yeah,
rocked
that's
the
true.
fringe, okay? So,
You never rock the fringe. You
bro.
rock the bleached hair.
yeah, no, okay. Don't counterattack me. I swing a punch. You grab my fist and kick me in the nose.
It's an emo wrestling match for the ages.
And that is why this room smells like physio cream as well, because
Yeah, that's right.
my body actually cannot hack drumming the way it
Moshing
used
too
to.
hard.
Yeah. So apparently you can get tennis elbow from watching tennis, because I've just been watching the Oz Open. I haven't picked up a tennis racket.
So is your physio cream all part of like you getting ready? It's like a
I'm pre-gaming.
pre-gaming for the session this afternoon.
It's pre-game.
Wow, sounds like a fun time, boys.
Yeah.
Well, look, let's. I don't
We're
want
not
to
here to talk about our body problems or to shame you, Tom, for being,
what I am.
Part of a scene.
For everything I do.
seeing his life.
No, it's true. Seeing is life. And you know what else is life? Answering questions from the website Yahoo Answers. It's what we do each and every week. We find questions from the website and try to provide advice to these people, help them on their way. That's how the show works. The other thing we do is we choose a theme each week to name the question askers. And it's Damien's theme this week.
It is my theme, and I want you guys to name your question askers after a song that makes you shake your bonbon.
Shake your bonbon, shake your
Shake a
bonbon.
bonbon.
Hey, Ricky
Just a
Martin had a
song
song
that
called Shake Your Bonbon, I think.
Yeah, it did.
It's a Christmas song.
Right.
Just a song that when you hear it,
Yeah.
you just can't help. Even if it's a tap foot, a head nod,
Yep. Yeah.
You just the rhythm is just within you.
There is a particular song I've got in mind, guys. I want to go first, but I gotta find it first.
You
real
don't know
quick.
what it's called? Why don't you just shake in the way that the song makes you shake, and we'll try and guess.
All right, so it's just like a bit of.
I know what it is.
It is a bit of like that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's You're Beautiful by James Blunt.
Yeah.
he shimmies like that in the film clip, I think.
All right, so this one's gonna come from Bombaleo.
By the Gypsy Kings.
Bombaleo.
It just gets you up and gets you moving.
Yeah,
I
right.
have fond memories of dancing to that song at my grandparents' house.
Yeah.
They owned the album and they'd want to play the whole thing, but me and all the other grandkids would be like, no, Bambaleo again. And they would just play that on repeat as we ran around the living room.
It's funny because me and my partner were listening to it, and like, that song ended, and then went to the next song. I'm like, hey, they got some catchy tunes. I'm like, yeah, switch it back.
Joe B. Joe Buzz, an absolute banger.
Yeah.
No one ever gave him a chance, though.
No,
after
it's
Bombaleo.
just like, it's a good song. Go back to the other one.
Okay.
All right, so
We are the new Gypsy Kings.
yeah. So Bombaleo writes in, how can I improve my body language? My family members told me that I have a major issue with body language, facial expressions, and overall attitude. My family members say that I give the impression from my body language and facial expressions that I'm bored, uninterested, slow, not in the present moment, and stupid.
Jeez. Tell me how you really feel.
What's with the stupid face, son? Yeah.
Also, they mentioned...
These are your genetics, Dad.
People say I look like you, Dad. Yeah, stupid. Also, they mentioned that I am unapproachable and uninviting to be around because of my body language and facial expressions that I make whenever I'm around them. How can I change my body language, facial expressions, and overall behavior so that I give a more approachable attitude for others? How can I be more pleasant to be around?
It sounds like
Mark Zuckerberg. Didn't he want to get like acting human classes?
It sounds like your family are the ones who are making it hard to be positive
Yeah.
around. Like, they're so mean to him. Like, the dad's basically like put him aside and been like, you're the most pathetic thing I've ever seen, and I own a mirror. Like, he's being so mean to them. If my parents were constantly shitting on the way I carried myself,
Yeah.
how do you expect to pick yourself up?
Yeah, I thought it was quite mean that they called him stupid, but also slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, right,
So
right.
it's like, what are you, like a slow boy? Like, it's not coming along?
You're
Like,
dumb and you're never going to get there.
Yeah,
you're never going to get out of being dumb because you're too slow.
You were the turtle in that story.
Once
of Turtle
again,
in
mum
the
and
Hair.
dad, your genetics.
Yeah, right. I think it's pretty unfair, like when people call you out for if you're just sort of sitting there and you just got your neutral face on and be like, whoa,
Resting bitch face or something.
If you got RBF,
Yeah.
that's a bit unfair to call people out on it, right?
Yeah. This is one thing I've always hated, especially my mum does it a lot to me. So I'm
Right.
calling my mum out on this one, but she doesn't listen, so it's all right.
Okay, good.
But one thing she always does is, especially in photos, she always not makes fun of, but tells me to smile properly.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, what do you think I'm trying to do?
Yeah.
Smile properly actually kills my buzz of, well, I'm not going to smile at all at this point.
You're like Chandler from Friends.
yeah, exactly.
Chandler from
I'm like,
Friends.
I don't like smiling. I feel like if it's not natural, it's hard.
All your mum needs to do now is put on Bumbaleo before the picture's taken.
Yeah.
But I think
The picture might be a little bit blurry because you'll be shaking your bonbon, but you'll be
Put
smiling.
the shutter speed up to catch Marcus. And you put the camera in sports mode because Marcus is... it's like I'm shooting wildlife here.
That's it. You're shooting
You
wildlife.
set the camera to bonbon mode. Is there a setting on the camera that is bonbon mode?
There's no way to catch the flap of a hummingbird's wings.
never. No, but that's what she's said to me, and I've told her many times, like, you telling me this makes me smile worse. So
Right.
just keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think she's learning and she's growing towards not saying that, but it
Yeah.
happens.
I've been recently told that I have a serious face when I'm on my phone.
Oh, really?
If I'm like on my phone just sort of flicking through, I'm just like...
I can already see the face you're pulling.
Yeah.
Your eyes squinting.
I'm like,
you're like you're really concentrating.
And I think my wife's like, is everything okay? Like, what's happened? It's like, oh, no, so I'm just like on Reddit. Like, there's a dog on a surfboard. There's a dog on a surfboard.
I
It's
like
amazing.
that everybody who looks at you using your phone just thinks you're constantly getting bad news.
Yeah,
Like
right.
something is upsetting on your screen.
Oh my God.
Whereas you're probably just scrolling through TikTok and having a good time.
Exactly. It's like, no, I'm actually enjoying myself, but it's not written on my face that way.
So
That's kind of wild though, right? Because
Right.
your face is showing nothing, but in your brain, it's a part.
it's like,
Yeah.
haha, good job.
Well,
haha.
can you think we have these conversations, Damien, like on our podcast chat, and we're making jokes, and he's laughing, but
Yeah.
I can just imagine Tom's serious
Yeah.
face while he's reading these jokes.
Maybe I'm accustomed to getting grilled in the group chat. So anytime I pull my phone out, I'm like, oh no, what is it now?
Why?
Speaking of the whole thing of like you feel like you're having fun, but it might not come across that way. Our podcast last week, we recorded in lockdown. We're all in our separate rooms, obviously. My girlfriend listened to it and she's like, was everything okay? And I was like, well, how come? She's like, you just seemed really flat. And I was like, I don't know. And I went back and listened to it.
Yeah.
And it sounded like just before the podcast, my dog had died, and then I did the podcast, which is weird because I don't own a dog either. But like
metaphorical dog.
I did sound really flat, and I think it was pure just because I wasn't in the room with you guys feeding off your energy. So it was just the computer screen thing. But I had no idea.
Do you think we were flat over those weeks that we did over and over, or did we go?
I think we started flat, but I think we got used to it as the year went on.
Yeah,
but then. Victoria pulled the handbrake and we went back into that. We went to find our footing again.
We were thrown back into it, and that was day one of the 5-day lockdown. I think it was like, fuck, here we are.
Here we are again. Oh, no.
I felt good, though. That was the thing. I had a fun time.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Just like me on my phone. Like, it looks like a bad time, but I'm actually enjoying myself. I'm
living La Vida Loca right now.
That's it. I'm shaking my bonbon. Okay, so this is... do we know how old this person is?
I'm assuming teenager.
Me too.
Teens are going to be very angsty. They're not going to give you much sort of... I don't know, emotion.
I feel like, all right, I used to have bad body language when I was younger too. Mainly in the house. Like, you come home from school, you're pissed off at the world. You're a teenager.
Yeah.
Pissed off at nothing.
How could this happen to me?
Yeah, exactly.
I probably had a bad day. My chain got caught in like something.
Caught in the door. Yeah. I got ripped. My pants ripped. It was the worst.
Caught in the door handle, my pants ripped to shreds.
Yeah, exactly.
Bad day, Mum.
Exactly. But I feel like one of the things that, like, I was always told, hey, like, put your chest, like your body chest, like sort of upright. And also, like, not fake it, like smile or anything like that, but just notice if you're like tense in the face.
Yeah.
I always find like if you're tense in the face, you look like you're taking a shit and you're angry.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. You're trying to coach this person to improve their body language.
Asking for help.
But in my brain, I'm imagining, let's say this person put the podcast on, they're listening to your advice.
Yeah, right.
I'm imagining like an alien trying to imitate a human.
Yeah.
By listening to your instruction, I think if someone was trying to puff up their chest and smile more, and it would just be like really unnatural and unnerving, then his parents would be like, you look like a freak. Stop doing
you're
this
stupid,
new thing.
you're slow, and you're freaky.
Go back to your stupid self that you used to be.
It's, yes... But the body language thing is just head up high sort of thing. Like, just, look up where you're going.
Yeah.
Little things like that. There are small things.
I don't know if body language is something I not pick up on, but would judge someone on. Like, you know how the whole, like, crossed arms means you're guarded and you want to be open and you, like, all that sort of stuff. I don't know if that's more like analyzing things that aren't necessarily...
Overanalyzing?
Yeah, exactly. Like, sometimes I'm comfortable with my arms crossed. Like, it's not that I'm closed off and I don't want to talk about something.
Yeah, and in this situation, it doesn't sound like he is feeling upset or anything. It's just the way he carries himself.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's anything you can do about that. I mean, it doesn't sound like your family's making it any easier.
They're not making it any easier. 100% not.
Yeah.
Have you thought about this, Tom, with your kid once they get to the teen phase? I know it's a while away.
Right.
Have you in your head, have you ran that scenario through how you would react to a moody teenager?
Look, I think when you just think about back when you were a teenager, I think the best thing you can do is give space. I think space is the number one thing that you wanted, and any sort of, even if it's just like a little like, hello, how was your day? It's like, that's too much.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's too much. Like sometimes, come on, you're a teenager, right? You're just like, oh, for fuck's sake, enough.
How was your day, Tom? Fuck off, Mum.
Like sometimes it's just too much, and you just want a bit of space, and then you need to sort of wait, and it's like
they'll come around.
Yeah, you gotta wait for them to give you 10%, then you can start giving them the 90.
Yeah, we can give, when we have kids and we have teenagers, we'll just start giving them like emo CDs, just CDs as well, not MP3s or not even Spotify accounts.
An emo care package.
Yeah, an emo care package.
These will help you get through what you're going through.
This is what got me through my 10 years.
Right. Well, this is for you. When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city and he bought My Chemical Romance CD for me.
Yes, that's it.
I mean, look, I just think it's a matter of like, you just need to pick up on their mood, and I think this is what the parents are doing. They're picking up on them, but instead of like, giving them space, they're grilling them.
Yeah, instead of softening the blow, I think it's bad from the parenting side of things to grilling them on a teenager on this.
Okay, so to wrap with this question, I feel like we almost need to be giving advice to his family and not this person here.
Tell your parents.
But we can't do that. So I don't know. What do you think this person should do?
Look, they need to understand, I guess, that their parents are coming from a good place, I guess, by being this way.
Yeah.
I mean, by saying that
maybe the execution's wrong, but
absolutely.
the intention's right.
Maybe what it is that, the parents are maybe very successful, very charismatic, confident people, and they're just like, we want you to be like us. And that, in a way, is not necessarily the best way of going about it.
Yeah.
But I think it's just because they're just like maybe they see potential in this and what's the